Excellencies, distinguished delegates, Tuvalu speaks today not merely as a nation facing crisis, but as a people facing an existential question that no nation in human history has ever had to answer. What happens when the land beneath your feet becomes constantly flooded? Our 9 atoll islands, rising no more than 3 meters above the Pacific Ocean, are on the front line of climate emergency we did not cause. Every king tide, every cyclone, every millimeter of sea level rise narrows the margin between our home and the sea. It is in this context that Tuvalu endorses the global principles for addressing climate mobility as a milestone and an overdue step forward towards a comprehensive international response. We wish to speak to 4 tenets of these principles that matters most to Tuvalu. First, the right to say. Tuvalu's people are deeply rooted in our land, our lagoons, in our language, and our vanua, our sense of belonging to place. We do not wish to leave our beloved country, Tuvalu. We will not be defined by departure. The principles rightly affirm that the right to stay must be protected through urgent emissions reduction and seals investment in locally led adaptation. For Tuvalu, this means seawall constructions, mangroves restoration, freshwater protection, and climate resilience, land reclamation. These are not abstract policies. They are the difference between a future of our children on Tuvaluan soil and the loss of most we have inherited. We call on all major emitters to honor their Paris Agreement commitments. Because for Tuvalu, 1.5 degrees is not a target. It is a survival threshold. Second, safe and dignified mobility pathways. Tuvalu affirms that the impacts of climate change present existential threats for vulnerable nations and communities. The principles recognize that when pursued through informed choice and appropriate safeguards, mobility pathways can expand opportunities, strengthen resilience, and support the well-being of affected population. The Falabili Union Treaty with Australia is referenced in these principles as a model of bilateral to build a digital cultural repository with the Rising Nation initiative advanced by the Global Center for Climate Mobility. in partnership with the German Archaeological Institute, we thank Germany for funding this vitally important project. Fellow leaders, Tuvalu did not create this crisis, but we are living in its sharpest consequences. These principles, if implemented with political will and adequate financing, can ensure that climate mobility is managed with humanity, justice, and respect for dignity that our people deserve. The sea is rising. The world must rise with us. Tuvalu Modetua.